My name is Linda, and everybody calls me Lena around here. And my last name is Simonson, and my married name was Hindley. I'm from this area. In fact, I was born just right by the horse corral. I was born in the Hogan, and this is one of the places where I grew up. We had several homes in this area. One here, and then there's another one north of here, and then south, and then up on the top of the hill. I don't know if you've seen Jerry's place or...
We didn't go there,
or
we just passed.
Laurie's place. Anyway, we kind of like when I was small, we kind of like rotated around, maybe spend winter here, and then we have a big cornfield that you probably drove through down south from here. We used to plant, my parents used to plant corn and squash, melons, and alfalfa, and different plants. And in the fall or in the spring, we moved down there south from here, and we did our planting. And then we move up on top of the hill. And we spend part of the summer up there and then come back down in the fall and harvest corn and all kinds of vegetables that we grew in those days.
Okay.
And also we had animals like horses, cows, and sheep, goats, and we move around with them too. And there were water in these wash, and under the rocks, like there's a rock back here, and different places. And we move around to where there's water for our animals. And sometimes some places didn't have water all the time, but in most cases there was water all over. But now we don't see them anymore. We don't see water gushing out of the wash and places like that, because of the mining that came about over 50 years ago up on Peabody. And we think a lot of our water that has kind of been depleted groundwater, it's been due to the mining activity that was going on up there.
So they're probably pumping the water
Yes.
to support their plant?
Yes, underground water. They use a lot of underground water. And this is from up on the hill to here, I think about like 3 miles, or anyway, 3 miles this way, maybe 5 miles this way, 3 miles that way. And you see Oribe Wash right here. And my family, my parents, had what they call a customary use area. in this area right here. And I think we're about maybe one of the few families that are still holding on to these customary use areas for grazing and for we're trying to do farming again, but sometimes we're not very successful because of the we don't get much rainwater and water is kind of scarce around here. We have to haul water. We have to go about like maybe 5 miles from here to get water. We have to haul water for our home and then for our animals.
Shema Hardrock is 25 miles away from here.
How many miles?
25.
That's where we get our water but we pretty much encourage these young people that are my grandkids and my children and grandchildren, that they're an option, that they can live here and they can live in the city if they want to. So they can all go back and forth and try to live like the old ways. I call this the old ways. But I think we're all try to live this way by choice. If we wanted to, we can live in a city. But we like it out here. It's quiet and there's a lot of things to do here. We can go walking, we can go riding horses, and we can do all kinds of things. In fact, about up here where I said up on the hill, we're trying to build a trail for young people so that they could ride those hills back there. Trail riding. A lot of those horse trails and sheep trails, we're trying to use that for biking. And that's one of the new things that our young people around here are into. And
I'm gonna take him from you.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
that's fine. I took this one.
Okay.
Oh, banda nito. Marshall Johnson. Marshall first name, Johnson second name. Clans are she. I thought is a son. Bashishin Haskanzota she Hanaga need a shinada. Day on the way day in Hailuwa. I just came from back out there, range, off the range. And then we just out of teasing him, I used to just say, "Why? What do you say, Tiger?" And then just the name stuck. I call him Tiger. And then I noticed that he's got stripes on his legs, so I guess that Tiger is a pretty decent name.
Yeah, that's a good name.
But yeah, off the range. I don't know whose horse it was, but they sure lost a good horse.
Oh, looks like it.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, using for mostly sheep. We don't have no cattle. So then we have a few horses, but they're not back yet. They just come around for water. But so I've been using this one, and it's been real. He's real helpful, strong, real stout. Gets up the hills and down the hills, back up the hills. So, like I took him out for a good run all the way to the top today. Still, he looks good still. Huh. But
I don't
yeah,
see any sweat on him, so he's good.
yeah. And it looks like I broke my breast collar this morning.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, just a tiger. And he's a nice looking horse. I like him.
So I was told there's also petroglyphs around here too. Is that where you
Oh
guys
yeah,
usually ride by?
yeah. I don't know if you have time. Maybe we can take you down that way a little ways.
Yeah.
About a couple miles from here. I don't know as you get there. They're nodding okay, and we can do that. Or Rihanna can take you over there.
Yeah, I think definitely.
Yeah,
So
show you around.
So did you grow up in this area?
About maybe 10 miles north of here, up this valley. Yeah, my clan's on that side. Shin, we're up there, further up on the hills. That's our clans over there, and yeah, been here for about over 20 years now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, family came over here and asked for, I don't know how you say it, for a wedding and all that. So that's where we started, and so we've been here since.
So you had a traditional ceremony?
Yeah, yeah. And so far we're doing all right. Got a few head of sheep and horses, and yeah, homestead.
It's beautiful out here.
Yeah, it's really neat out here. You get the sheep out, and it's like that. They go into a portal. They go somewhere. I mean, just over the hill, and then you try to look for them, but they're not. They were just right here, you think, and then you go over the hill and look for them. They're not there again. But anyway, it's real neat here.
Oh.
It has that wilderness to it. That
Yeah.
you know.
Like the high desert.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, I like it. It's real neat. These people are lucky to have these lands.
Oh.
But so I enjoy being out here and riding around, and chasing animals. Yeah, I did some competition as far as rodeo. I did some bull riding, competed in the bull riding event, and it took me out into the local circuits, and then local Indian rodeos, and then eventually I decided to get into the professional rodeo, and that took me out into the Midwest, and then it's kind of traveled quite a bit, trying to I guess they say trying to make a name for myself, and it was good.
Yeah.
Went to quite a few, the big events that they have. I did okay. Quite a ways out here, but that's the part that's the neatness about it. It's no other place in the world like this, as they say, to people where they have places like this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all you hear is airplanes overhead during the day and nighttime. But other than that, there's no traffic, nothing.
No drag
Quiet.
racers, no sirens.
Nothing of that sort. Yeah, just maybe a couple of coyotes yelling out in the morning times and all that, but
just mutties being your mutties.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's real neat out here.
It is.
I'm glad you came out, and
Oh.
got to see it a little bit. He was real spooky for quite a while. Then he started settling down, and now he's quiet.
Yep.
Yeah, the first time I saddled him, boy, he bucked in his saddle. I was frightened. I said, man, I don't know if I can get on this horse. So I let it go, and I finally talked myself into doing it again. And then he didn't buck the next time. And then I slowly started getting on, and he responded real good. And
Good.
Since then, it's been good.
Good.
So I've been lucky to come across him, because back home my mom and dad, they had livestock already, and then of course, the siblings, they grew into it, and I just grew into it likewise. So, yeah, we've been around them, so, you know, it's almost secondhand until we go off to school and come back during breaks. And yeah, so, yeah, just that's probably what just got me into rodeo, and likewise.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's just a lifestyle that, you know, our people always had that lifestyle to exist, basically.
Oh.
And you know, and there's nothing we have the animals to be who we are, you know. It seems like we've always, I go up there on those hills, there's homes, old homes, you know, logs, say a tree, there'll be a tree, and then there'll be logs kind of built for a shelter.
Mm-hmm.
They have them all over these hills. And then of more recently, it's like hogans.
Oh.
And they're all stacked up. So then you think about it and say, but how far back? So I see those old ones, all the wood that was used for that shelter is mostly rotted. And you think back, I wonder how many far back, time immemorials that they say, time immemorial, how long have we been here to have structures like that? And then they send us to school, they send us to school, and the only concept they teach us there is maybe from the date of 1864, when they incarcerated us. And then when they released us in 1868, almost 200, little over 200 years, that's the only time we feel that we have been here. But it's further than that. What was that? What was it like before that? You know, and then you come upon that thought where they teach us that we came across the Bering Strait. We cannot have come across the Bering Straits. We've originated here. So all these structures that are up in these hills, you know, they're our original people that lived here, that structure that they live with and existed among these hills. And then they had this animal, they had the sheep, they had that lifestyle, farming. So, you know, it all has a history, and you wonder how far back could we trace it? How far back can we, by just riding in these hills, you know, if those structures can talk and describe what was here, you know, from I mentioned earlier, time immemorial. Boy, what a story that would be.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I believe it, because even in when I went out to Torreon and I interviewed a medicine man out there, he showed me the one that was built after they were released from Bosque Redondo.
Yeah.
And it's down there, like in the canyon.
Yeah.
Then he showed me the first sweat lodge that was built when they returned as well too.
Yeah.
It's easy, it's just right there. It's just sticking out, yeah.
And those are up here too. All those sweat lodges. You'll see all the burnt rocks.
Yeah.
A pile of them right here, and then you'll kind of a little indentation over on this side. Yeah, they're all over these hills. You ride around and come upon them. You know, just wonder. We've been here. We've been here,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't come from any place else. So that, you know, those are the thoughts I get, and we try to put this in place so our kids can come and see that, experience that, and then continue. You know, this is, I think it's just what our parents raised us into. Now it's our turn to raise our kids into this, and it's just going to be continuation to this lifestyle. And these are the original animal for our people.
Yeah,
and
it's just like the horse story.
Yeah. And so it's really neat.
All right.
But yeah,
appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Oh.
Thanks for coming out.
It's clean drinking water, and it was ice age water, so it's like really, really pristine, and so it was used just for transportation.
For dirty resources.
Yeah, and it was just used for that, and of course you can't use it after you do that to it. So yeah, I've heard that's the impacts that we live with from that mining. There for herbalists, I think it'll be very hard to find plants that you can use. And for like medicine men, I don't think you're gonna find what you're looking for there.
They sing. They sing. I don't know.
So these are just some of the sample. We have 600 of these.
600?
Yeah.